Hey pilots, welcome to another exciting episode of War Robots Domination, a series of helpful gameplay tutorials designed to help highlight the tactics and strategies that I use to help tip the scales in my favorite game, War Robots. Each episode will feature a handful of battles along with helpful commentary that'll provide insight as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I'm your host, Gotchure Beacons, and I've been playing this awesome game for a few years now, and I've learned a few tricks along the way that I'd love to share with y'all. You'll notice that although my hangar is fairly basic and at lower levels, I've been able to climb it up to Expert League. So I believe that you'll find my tactics will help you do more with less, which can be very helpful with today's economy in the game. I should also mention that this is my second account, so don't let my career profile stats fool you. This is actually my baby account. But it sends a great message to pilots who feel they need to chase the current meta in order to be competitive in battle, because you don't. Wise gameplay can usually overcome any fancy gimmick. A death button is a great example. It can still melt just about any build, and its heritage stems all the way back to nearly the beginning of the game. It's all about knowing when to use it and how to use it. So, without further ado, I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episodes while I walk you through my gameplay tactics and share with you my mindset in battle. I hope you find it entertaining, helpful, and fun to watch. I think you will. Let's start by taking a good look at my hangar. We got Frick and Frack, my Death Button Raven and my Russian Death Button Raven. And then we got the General, my beautiful Trident Fury. And then we got Reaper, my Avenger Bulwark. And we got Buzzkill, my Spark Scourge Bender. My bots are level 6 and my weapons are at level 9. I'm currently an Expert 2. I'm calling this battle Stick to the Basics, and you'll definitely understand as you watch the game go by here. And enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, Woodish. So this is Power Plant, as you know, and Power Plant, it's kind of a funky map the way the layout is, and it's got a couple of different spawn options. Sometimes you're down below, sometimes you're back behind this grass berm here, and it's kind of opposite sides of the corners of the map that the teams are starting in. And so it's kind of, it changes the strategy a little bit when you're doing it. But that's why I'm calling this battle Stick to the Basics. There are definitely some basics to the game for domination. One of the primary ones is 3-in, hold, keep them blue. So when you're out there running around with a bunch of guys that you don't know, mates that, you're not part of a squad, you're running solo, make sure you're always sticking to the basics. Make sure you're putting keeping them blue as your priority, and then attack any threats that are threatening a guarded beacon or a blue beacon. And if it's red and you're near it, go cap it. That's what you're trying to do. So keep them blue as much as possible. We got kind of off to a shaky start, but we're kicking along. For the first half of a battle, oftentimes I'll take General right where he can kind of monitor a couple of different beacons. I can obviously monitor that one, and the one on the little mound right next to me here. So from here, I really can do pretty good damage to 3 different beacon areas, which are hot spots. Those are hot spots that are going to have lots of reds that I can shoot at. And I got pretty good power in those tridents. So now I'm taking the General off to an unguarded area. Stick to the basics. I see 2 beacons that really no one is really holding. They're just sitting there unguarded, uncontested. And what do you got to do? Keep them blue, right guys? So this is what I'm doing. Yes, there's a whole bunch of guys over there to be shooting at, but I don't need that right now. What we need is beacons. As long as you keep them blue, you're going to win the game. Yeah, you're going to have some fun having some battles and skirmishes and, shooting at guys and everything else. That comes later. That comes when someone tries to take a beacon that you've capped. But stick to the basics always. Get the beacons first and hold them if you can. We're up 3-2 right now. That's the guy that's going to take a big chunk out of me. Now I got to get out of his way and take on this guy. This guy has a Hydra. Hydra isn't going to chip away at me very much. And as long as he doesn't push me on my butt out in the corner here where that big Fury can take a piece of my butt, then I'd be fine. Now we're up 4 beacons to 1. So although we were way down on beacon bar, now we're up. Now here's what I'm doing. This is almost a sacrifice run, but I took that guy way down, and he got taken out. We're still up 4 beacons to 1. What we're doing right now, what I did there was cause a little distraction away from those beacons. I relieved a pressure point, I took that guy out of his game, and now I'm going to go right on back here and grab that beacon again. We need these beacons. We don't want to lose that nice little 4-1 that we had. Now we're getting back up 4-1 again. That guy's going to take me out. I wish I could have had a little more, but I just quite couldn't get it. But that's okay, we're 4-1. Now, when you're up in an advantage like this, now it's a matter of really keeping them busy, because we're getting close to the end of the battle. If you ever watch the beacon bar, when you're closer to the end of the battle, it actually starts moving faster. And so right now, the key here is we've got them blue. Now we want to keep them busy. So I'm going to take Buzzkill right up in the middle of them. And while I'm doing this and they're chipping me away, that's a few seconds there that they're not going after a beacon. And by doing that, and our guys are mindful of the beacon, sticking with the basics, now they're losing. And it's going to be our game, because now we've got them all pressed back in their back station there, in their back spawn area, and they're trying to just stay alive. And guess what? That was a nice green banner, and it was because we just stuck to the basics and kept them blue. And that's really all you got to do. Let's look at the great pilots on both sides of the battle here. We have masters and experts on my side. Looks like we had one guy on our team that actually lost connection or tanked or whatever you want to call it, but he didn't get hardly any beacons. He didn't get any beacons or any damage, so that happens. But showing that and knowing that we still managed to pull off a green ribbon, that tells you sticking to the basics is really what you do to win the battle. Get the beacons first, go for the damage second. Hey, if you see your name here, thanks for the game. It was a lot of fun and a great lesson. Peace out. I'm gonna call this battle General He's Speaking. I spelled it a little different though. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, November. It's got a great sound to it. There'll be a link to their website on my description of this episode. So, I take the General out on Carrier, opening up on most maps. Definitely Carrier is one of them. What I do with the General is basically start the battle out as kind of a surveyor. Looking at the battle, the pace of the battle, where my mates are going, where the competition is going, where the battles are heating up, and that sort of thing. And also, because of his 600-meter range and his ability to basically find a good sweet spot and monitor 2 to 3 beacons, it really is the best way for him to start out a battle. I don't do it on all maps. There's maps where you don't really have that advantage. But on this map for sure, within a short walk, I can be in one spot and guard the main hot spot. And on Carrier, it's the center beacon. So as long as I can stay here and monitor center and basically chunk away anyone that's approaching it, I'm doing my job. And that's really all you gotta do. You gotta keep them blue, 3 and hold. That's the goal, right? Well, if the General can do that all by himself, all throughout the entire battle, well, hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. It may seem like a boring thing to do. It may not seem like it takes a lot of skill, but hey, I've been in plenty of Carrier battles where the General gets taken out right away. It doesn't always work out. It really depends on, again, the flow of the battle. But I will stay here as long as I'm effective. If I believe for whatever reason I need to hop out of the General and go somewhere else, and hop into a different battle or a different bot that has a different skill set, that's great. Every bot is like a tool on my tool belt. And the General's tool, or General's ability, if you will, is to basically monitor center and chunk out anyone who's approaching it and snuff them out. And he can do that from this point right here. He's well protected. Now again, it all depends on the battle. There's been plenty of Carriers where a minute or two in, he's already taken out. But right now, the way it's going, the way the flow of the battle is going, the General is owning the center. And he can own it all day long. And also, as Reds approach off to the side or the flanks, he can go down there and chip them away too. I may not be able to snuff anyone out in one punch, but I'm certainly able to chunk them down and take a big chunk out of them. And with the rest of my mates, because this isn't 1-on-1, this is 6-on-6. So I've got other teammates that are kind of filling in the gaps, doing what I didn't do, or I'll finish off what they did do. It's a way of working together with your team and basically doing what you can. And right now, we're holding center. We are keeping the Reds at bay, like this, anyone that's coming close, I better be ready with my tridents to go ahead and chunk anyone down or chunk anyone out. And between myself doing that and then my mates, there's a guy behind me raining down zeniths. People want to pick on a zenith pilot. Great, go ahead and pick on him all you want. Guess what? He is supporting that center too. He is a support bot. I'm a support bot. We're working as support bots to hold the center. Once it's capped, you don't have to cap it again. You want to have runners nearby doing their job, or brawlers that can run up and face the heat. But what's happening right now? You've got some brawlers on the other side, you've got some runners on the other side, and every time they start making a run for the center, we finish them off. So, you know what? It really is about three and hold. Part of holding it is really just having a good team that is monitoring and guarding the one beacon. And that's what's happening right now. You basically have 5 mates or 6 mates that are doing nothing but one thing only, and that is guarding center, guarding one beacon. And you got 6 mates on the other side that are trying to take that. What a great battle. And you know what? When the general, he's speaking, he's going to take you out. So, hey, great pilots on both sides. The general finished top because really all I had to do was sit there and take out anyone that got close to center, which everyone was trying to. So it was a great battle. It shows how a support bot can be very effective in the game. And not necessarily from capping beacons, but just keeping the area clear of danger and threats, and taking on any reds that threaten the beacon that we're trying to hold. So there you go, guys. It's a great battle. Great lesson. If you see your name, thanks for the game. It was a whole lot of fun. Peace out. I'm going to call this battle Triggered, and you're definitely going to be seeing why in the end, so stick around. It's a good show. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, Theta. It's got a great sound to it. I really like it. So, this is Shenzhen. I always open up with a general, my beautiful Trident Fury, and I take him over to the backside here. It allows him to not only support the center if I got another mate running up there, but because of the 600 meter range, I can pretty much reach way across at anyone peeking around. So it's gives me a lot of ability to support over there. If I got another mate, or even just one other mate, it still does a pretty good job of supporting. The splash can reach around corners, and if I time it right. Now it's just me and one other mate though. They keep sending more guys over there. So although we're not gonna win this one, it sure does allow my other teams to get the other side sewed up, the center sewed up, and now it's a matter of just getting this backside. This guy's zipping in. This is Frick. Frick is my death button Raven, and it's a death button. One load will take you out. Take just about anyone out, even in the higher levels here, as long as I time it right. I'm gonna go and see if I can pick this guy off here, and try to get him, man. Good dodging on that guy. That was really good running, but I'm gonna get you. And then I'm gonna try to get this guy. I think he's got basically hydras and spirals or something like that. Not enough to really do a lot of damage, but then he's got a buddy. Gosh, I hate that. So now I'm going to take a Frack. Frack is my Russian death button. I'm going to try to get where I can get him, but now with that Ansel shield, I can't take him out. But I got a mate in there who's taking that guy out too. But between the two of us, we should be able to take this guy out. He's going to try to regenerate his shield. He's probably going to do some damage on me, not before I pick him out though. And I'm going to go ahead and liberate this one here. I'm going to hit a module, and now I'm going to try to just plan my attack, see where I'm best needed. But there's a hoverbot coming up here, so I got to watch out to see what this guy's got. Sparks are actually pretty formidable, so depending on what this guy has, he can hurt me. And so I got to watch out for that. He's kind of taken off out of the way. He's probably hitting a module, getting some. That's good piloting. That's a good thing to do. Now he's going to try to get me again, but luckily I got him down, and boom, I'm going to get you guy. But now his guy got me, and man, I'm really getting picked off. Okay, Buzzkill. He buzzes and he kills you, and yes, he does. He is one formidable little son of a gun. And you know what? When I'm not having a good game, or when I feel a little bit triggered, you know who I grab? Buzzkill. This guy is one tough son of a gun. And if you could ever describe me as getting triggered, I don't get really triggered. But when I am feeling like I want to get a little payback, this is my go-to bot. Buzzkill is just a different level of triggered, if you will. He is my little assassin. Some people like the pursuers, so pursuers are great little assassins. But Buzzkill, I'll tell you what, he's got a whole level of attitude going inside of his blood, and he will not be denied. When he wants you dead, you will go. He just does not give up. and he just comes and comes and comes. He'll run straight on into certain death, and he'll win half the time. He buzzes, and then he kills you. And Buzzkill ain't afraid of nothing. I've seen him take out Lancelots. I've seen him take out Bulwarks. He don't care. Bring it on. Buzzkill, he gets triggered, I tell you. Anyway, let's take a look at the pilots on both sides. It was a good, balanced battle. Experts and masters on both sides. And I liked seeing the way matchmaking's setting things up these days. I'm an expert too, and it's my squishy bots. I'm always underpowered, but that's okay. These battles are absolutely balanced. Same number of masters and experts on both sides. Really good pilots on both sides bringing it. Not a lot of tankers. They've been great. If you see your name, thanks for the game. It was a whole lot of fun. Peace out. Well, friends, that just about wraps it up for another episode. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and are able to take something you learned and use it in battle. I add content to my YouTube channel almost daily, so please stop by when you're able and check out the fresh new material. Or just click on an old episode and maybe catch another tip that'll help you up your game. If you like what you see, please tap on the red subscription button and then tap the bell to be notified when new episodes are released. It would also be helpful if you could make a comment about the video, whether it's an example of how the episode helped you, or maybe additional advice to help elaborate on the tactics I shared, or even constructive comments that'll help clarify something I might have missed. It's all good and greatly appreciated. Finally, this game is full of challenges and can create frustration for some who are simply trying to have fun with this awesome game. My goal is to provide you all with helpful information and help reduce the frustration and increase the fun. So, if you feel these videos are helping you, please share them with a friend, someone who you think might benefit from them. Well, that's about it for today, guys. As always, keep them blue out there, and I hope to see you on the battlefield. Make sure you're having fun, though, because if you're not, you're doing it wrong. I love you all for your support. Play well. Peace out.